Hello guys and welcome to another GBI video. As always, you're joined by me, GBI Jay, and today is the start of a very cool new series that those of you on the GBI Facebook page will have seen me banging on about. If not, go and check it out, and that is RuneWars. And we're going to start the series with an unboxing. So I've been very lucky and managed to get my hands on a copy of this game. Big thanks to Little Rick, who probably won't ever watch these, who was over at Adepticon and grabbed me a copy, so that's it. I've got RuneWars, which is the new miniatures game in fantasy using rank and file and lots of the X-Wing and Armada stuff. Coming from Fantasy Flight, super excited. You're going to see a lot of videos from this. Feel free to let us know in the comments below what you want to see. We're going to get the stuff painted quick. We're going to do some demos. We're going to do some full games. We're going to try out some of the units and stuff. The more we learn the game, the more content we can bring. But yeah, super excited. I'm happy about this. So what I'm going to do is, the purpose of this video, I'm going to switch and stick myself behind the camera so you don't have to look at my ugly mug. Open the box, show you the contents, and time providing, build the minis, let you have a look at them up close. And then going forward, you're going to see my work on them in future hobby vlogs, and then you'll start seeing games and stuff. Alright, so enough of me rambling. Let's switch the camera around and give you guys a look at this new game. And here it is, guys. This is the brand new shiny box of RuneWars the miniatures game. So as mentioned, we're going to break this down and have a look at what's inside it, and I then will probably cut and give me a chance to actually unpackage everything. I'm going to build the minis for you and probably have a look at some of the cards, because that'll be tricky during the unboxing. But let's get this bad boy open. And as I mentioned, I did well, I didn't resist temptation, and I did break the cellophane, but I've put everything back in the way it come out, so we can have a look at what's inside, and I can show you something you're going to be seeing a lot of content for going forward. So, it's a big old box, some nice cool artwork on the side, showing some of the cards and the minis, but you don't want to see that, you want to break in. Yeah. It is a big box for a game. Okay, so we've got a Learn to Play guide, which, having a quick flick through, shows you everything you need. I think it talks you through a small game and the sort of core rules and interactions. So that's one book. It also has a rules reference. The artwork's quite cool. So this, knowing Fantasy Flight, will be all the keywords and meanings and things like that. Just muted my computer from bleeping at you. So this will be the more in-depth rules, a lot of the keywords, a lot less. The Learn to Play is a lot of visual aids of how to play. This, I think, is kind of like the depth of how to go through it. With an index at the back, so you got a Learn to Play and a rules reference, and then a lore guide, which is quite cool. I'm not huge on lore, I do like it, but this is amazing. Let's see what we got. There's like 30 pages of fluff in here. To read about the universe, some really cool art. I think that's a hint at a potential future race. Really cool. So, yeah, for those of you who love fluff in your games, that's there. But I like cool games and pretty toys. And as always with Fantasy Flight, you get lots of cardboard. This is, let's see, 3 sheets. I will break these open and show you in a bit more detail. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Bear with me while I split this open off camera really ungraciously. So we have got, get rid of the plastic, kind of a staple in some of Fantasy Flight's big games. You get a range ruler, same on both sides. So yeah, you got range ruler, sheet number 1. These are obviously the internal dials. These are the fronts for your dials, so your opponent can't see them. I will build one of these when I build the minis and show you how that works. We got the tokens, some card terrain there, lots more tokens. That's the first sheet. Second one, oi, big wooded area. That's quite cool. Are they? They're different on each side as well. So that side it's actually a stony wall. So you've got some slightly different terrain options there. Lots more tokens. I think these, I love these from Armada, are to like mark deployment zones and stuff, which I think is genius. More terrain, more tokens, more fronts for the dials. And then the last one, this will give you a bit of a hint as to the gameplay, which we will cover in a future video. We got a nice bit of water there, which again is a small rune. And as you can see, lots of movement templates. So that's how you measure and move your units. So those are the 3 sheets of tokens. As with most Fantasy Flight stuff, it's all good. And then we get to go in the box. What's in the box? So we got bases. Lots and lots of bases. Let's break some of these open. So RuneWars is a rank and file game. These are the cavalry bases, so you get 2 cavalry to a base, and they just pop together like so, and back off. So we've got the cav ones, which take 2. Let's see what else we can find in here. Ah, there we go. So these are for monsters and I believe heroes, although heroes have something quite cool in terms of a base. So the monsters are big boys, the heroes are, anything we've seen now is an infantry sized base, but it has like a really cool scenic base to come with, so we've got 4 of those. And then lots and lots, big old bag, so plenty of stuff for your pennies. Big old bag of infantry ones for your rank and file. So your spearmen and your reanimates and your reanimate archers are going to go on this bad boy. So yeah, lots of those. I'm going to have fun sitting sanding all this lot and the 50 miniatures I think that are in here tonight. That's going to be tonight's job. We have a bag here of the different dice you need. I'm lucky enough to have 2 core sets, so hopefully I've got enough dice with that. Now in Fantasy Flight, you probably may need either some more dice, but 2 core sets was a good way of getting full-size armies. These are what look like the stands for your dials and the usual poppers to hold the wheels in. What else we got in the box? We've got 2 packs of cards. Those are like cheat sheet cards, and in here are cards for your units. Scenario cards, which is really cool. What I am going to do at the end of this clip is cut and open some of these and show you in more detail. And then these are like upgrade cards and spell cards and stuff. Again, I'll break these down in a minute and show you more. But with that done, we've seen the tokens and the rules and the dice and stuff. Where's the minis? And it did worry me for a sec, but you pull open these sides and you get not 1 big old bag of toys, but 2, which is really cool. Let's, I don't think they're separated by faction, so let's just break this one open. What we got in there? Those are, look like some of the spearmen. You can just see the top half of the dude there. I believe gluing them is optional, but they're all sort of like lock and key fittings, so they should hold quite well. What we got? More spearmen, that's dull. More spearmen. So many spearmen. Let's get rid of those guys. I want to see some fun. Any big gribblies in there? No. Let's jump in this bag, see if we can find some of the big toys. But again, later in this video I'll get something built and show you that. But this is cool. So this here, as you can see there, is one of the scenic bases for the hero. So in fact I'll use the pair of legs that are hanging there. So that's how your hero sits on his scenic base. He can come off because I believe there are upgrades that let him join units too. And then there we go, there's a big monster. So there's the body of the lancers in the base. So I think the best way with all these miniatures is for me to base them, get them built, get them based. We can talk about them in a bit more depth. So I'm going to cut this here and I'll come back and we'll have a quick look at what was in those card packs. Okay, so we're back. I've stripped the packaging out for the 2 sets of cards as mentioned. You're going to see in the next clip some of the models, but we've got all the cards out. There are 7 different types of cards. And I think we'll dive in and just go through them one to one. So the first one is absolutely these, which I love. I'm such a fan of these, which are just sort of like cheat cards. So really quick reference to some of the important stuff. So as you can see, we've got modifiers and dice actions, dice icons. There are 2 of each. So what that enables you to do is you can have a set each when you're learning the game with this 2-player starter set, or whoop, you flip that over and they are double-sided. So if you have this core set and you're just using the card yourself, you've got 4 quick reference cards that show you boons and banes, your actions, your dice icons, and your modifiers. So those are really cool and handy. I'm a big fan of those in games because 1, I don't like sitting with my head in a book, and 2, I don't remember very much, as anyone who's played me will confirm. Then next up we have these. I'm going to speculate a bit on these because I haven't read the rules properly yet, but these are, for those of you who've played Armada, you have objectives in the game, and that's what I think these are, which very much give you a, in Armada, you either, let me see if I can remember this correctly, you either set up first or pick the mission or something, anyway, forget. So with these, you have an objective, and I think if you score your objective, so they'll have a setup and a during play how to score, you'll get that points value towards the scenario at the end. And there are 3 of those, single-sided. So you get 3 of those in the box. In a future video, once I've read the rules, because I was too excited and wanted to break this open for you all, I'll cover exactly what these are. There you go. Actually, that's a lie. I only picked up 3. There's 6. Silly me. So you get 6 of those in the box. Oh, shouldn't have read it. Next, you have, let's do these. So these are really cool. These are what look like the scenarios. Again, there's 6 of these. So you get 6 in the box. These are obviously specify setup. All the different card types have really cool backs as well. So these are the 6 missions, which are no doubt in the box. And it shows you how to set up and stuff. If you flick through, some very different ones. And then up at the top here are 2 symbols, which, doing a bit of figuring out, is terrain. So it tells you the terrain requirements for the game as well. So I will grab these, which are some reference cards for terrain. So as you can see, it's different types of terrain, and some terrain has special rules, which it highlights there. Again, future videos will cover exactly what this stuff does, so you guys can have a full understanding of how the game works. So you've seen the scenarios and the terrain. Yeah, let's do the cool one next. So, as with all the games that I love, and this is one of the reasons why you get cards for your units. You can see the evil here is the hero here, which is Ardus, that guy. I ain't even pronouncing that. So you can see it tells you how many trays, points cost, and available upgrades. So those icons, anyone who's played Fantasy Flight stuff, those will be on certain upgrade cards just to identify which ones certain units can and can't take. And it does change depending on side of units. And then on the flip side of the card is some stats. I'm guessing that's HP maybe. And some special rules. Again, once we learn this game a bit more, we're going to dive into it. We've got the Spearman. And quite interestingly here, you can see that you can take from 2 trays right up to 9 trays, 3x3. And interestingly, the more trays you've got, the more varied upgrades you can take. And I have to admit, that's something I'm really looking forward to diving into, which is reading the upgrades, because with Fantasy Flight stuff, that usually gives you some really cool ways to tweak and alter and change your units. Next up, we've got the Good Hero, Carry Race Stalker, and special rules. You expect lots of those when you are a hero. Actually, as well, learning as I go, I think those at the bottom aren't HP at all. Those are dice. So what dice you roll for certain attacks. We get the Carrion Lancers. These are the big, evil, nasty worms. Ooh, a tray of 6 of these would be quite terrifying. You got the Rune Golems, which are the big, good stone guys. You're going to see all these in the next clip. I'm going to sit after this and build some toys, which is fun. You've then got the Reanimate Archers, which are the basic type, but I believe they're the only ranged unit in the game right now. And then you got the Oathsworn Cavalry. The good guys get some mounted dudes. Again, ooh, 9 trays of those would look pretty cool. And then you got your Reanimates, who can go 12 trays, so a big old horde of zombie skeletons. And I'm going to read into it more. These guys have a regenerate special rule, so I'm already sold on these guys. That sounds cool. So those are your unit cards, which covers those. And that leaves 2 types of cards that come in the box set left. Next up, you've got these. I'll just grab a handful, which are your upgrade cards. So they have a points cost. So when you're building your list, you pay for all your upgrade cards. And the other point is this symbol here, usually mirrored on the back, will very much match up with, let me see if I can find one. No, I'm not going to go looking on camera. Will match with a symbol on the cards to state that the unit can take it. And obviously the upgrades give different effects. Like, let's have a look at this, for example. Just flicking through, not read these myself yet. When rolling dice during an attack, you're treated as having one additional full rank of trays. I believe ranks of trays give you rerolls, which is interesting. Oh, ooh. So that's clearly one for one of the heroes. Yeah, so we've got some interesting upgrade cards here as well. Sorry if you can't see these, I'm stood up behind my camera. Filming in quite a small space, I wanted to get this in shot for you. So we've got a full set of upgrade cards there, and then this, I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty unsure what this is. I think it's like a damage deck from X-Wing and Armada, but it's to do with panic tokens, I believe. So if you take a panic token, you might take an effect. If you've got 2 panic, I think that's like, so if you've got 3 panic tokens, you're going to receive this effect. 2 for this one, a couple of 1s, like this one. This unit receives a stun token. This unit receives an immobilized token. This unit performs a something. You make all the decisions. I'm going to guess that's like a refacing of direction. But again, we're going to be doing lots of content and we'll deep dig into how all this stuff works. But for now, I'm just unboxing it and I'm going to share my journey from opening this, get this thing with you, right through to playing some games. We're going to get demo games, we're going to get full-size games, as soon as we can get some toys painted. So yeah, that is the different card types that come in the pack. So I suppose now I should probably stop delaying and show you the bit you all want to see, which is the minis. So leave it with me and I will get building and I'll come back hopefully when I can show you some new toys. And there we have it. That was actually quite painless to do. Interesting, as you saw, the 2 big baggies of miniatures that come. So if you look at sort of some of the infantry, for example, all the troops are grouped in baggies by pose. So you'll get 4 sets of the same legs, bodies and arms. So it's really quick to just build these guys. For like hard plastic, there's a bit of the bend on the spears and the spearmen, but overall I'm really happy with them. I must say, looking at them now in more detail, I'm going to be playing evil because the miniatures just appeal to me so much more. I'm being honest. I reckon I could paint them better and a lot quicker than all the armour and the detailing and stuff like that. So that, what you see in front of you, is a full core set. Obviously we start here with 8 of the reanimate archers. You've then got the carrier lancer at the back, big block of 16 reanimates, and your evil hero. You've then got your good hero, 16 spearmen, 4 of the Oathsworn cavalry, and a rune golem. Apologies, the clear plastic's not really working on the camera, or so it seems through the lens finder here, even with lighting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut again. I'm going to whip the camera off the tripod. I'm going to go in and give you a bit of a closer look at the minis, because that's what we all want to see, right? Good. Okay, so it's time for a closer look at the minis. And these are the reanimate archers. There are 4 poses, as there are or seem to be with all the infantry units. We've got 2 trays of those. And then we've got this bad boy here, which is the carrier lancer. He's a beast. They're only ever so slightly rested on these trays because the glue is still a bit wet. These are so cool. We then got 16 reanimates. I think I got the 4 poses on the front there, or 3 of. These are really cool. I like these guys a lot. Big block of reanimates. I'd love to see 9 trays of those. Oh, it looks so cool. And then we've got a big bad evil villain whose name I cannot pronounce, but I think he's badass. And he looks like a dead Baratheon from Game of Thrones with the helmet. So I am fully on board with that. Then we've got the old Corey Race Stalker there. Again, these are the scenic bases, which are really cool. Looking forward to getting some sand and flock and stuff on there. Make them really pop. We've got the big old block of spearmen. I'll probably have a go at a slightly later date of just straightening up these spears a little bit. We've got the rune golem. Oh, I can't wait to paint this. The detail, and again, I don't think you're going to get much of it. I was blocking the light there on camera here, but the detail is really cool. He's going to be fun to paint. And then we've got the 4 Oathsworn cavalry, and that, guys, is a core set of RuneWars. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm really looking forward to getting further into these, basing them, getting some painted. You're going to see them in hobby vlogs. I'm super excited for this game. The Chris's are probably willing to try it. Good friend Sam, who you may have seen on videos, he's up for it. So Expect this stuff to be coming through hobby vlogs soon, and we will do everything from tactics videos as and when we know enough, to demo games, to full-size games. Tell us in the comments below what you want to see for RuneWars, because we're super excited to make more content. And as always, comment, like, share and subscribe. Support the channel. Drop us a message in the comments below. Let's get talking. Tell us what you want to see. And happy wargaming.